Eastern PA Weather 30 meteorologist Bobby Martins here with your outlook for December 18th, 2017. For your Monday, we're going to have a warm front that's going to be situated off to our north. This brought a few areas some very light freezing drizzle and some pockets of flurries overnight, but this warm front is going to be off to the north, but it's going to be in close proximity off to the north, so you still will result in mostly cloudy skies across the regions today. The closer you are to the front, the more cloudy it is. Further southwest down here by, say, like maybe York, Lancaster, Philadelphia, places like that, could see partly to mostly cloudy skies, and those skies clearing earlier as this front continues to slowly move off to the north. Once it does move off to the north, we will have partial clearing everywhere overnight, but it might start off mostly cloudy overnight tonight. But not expecting any precipitation. That should be far to the north of our region today, so we're not expecting that. And then once we get into Tuesday, we're going to be the warm side of this front and very mild temperatures. It's going to be mild today, but even milder tomorrow. We're going to be well into the 50s in many locations across our region on Tuesday. So a very warm day, southwesterly wind, and it's going to feel a lot warmer than it has been recently. This is going to be transient, though. We do have a cold front that's going to move through overnight. We do expect this to be a dry frontal passage. It's even hard to see here. We do have a cold front situated like this with the area apparent low up here that's going to move through during the overnight hours. That's going to render both Wednesday and Thursday as being cooler days, but we're talking about seasonable cool. We're not talking about brutal cold behind this front, but it will get it from very warm out ahead of it on Tuesday to back to near normal again for Wednesday and again on Thursday. So we're not expecting any precipitation on either day. We have a system far enough to the south here on Wednesday that we should remain partly to mostly sunny. High pressure is actually going to build in behind this, and it's going to remain that way here on Thursday. Then we have another warm front that's going to push through. We do think, though, that this one is going to be a dry frontal passage, so we're going to have a warm front extending out here like this. I can extend this even further to the west here, but there's an area of low pressure out here that's going to come through here on Saturday. But out ahead of it, again, Friday's going to warm up a little bit. We're going to be well into the 40s to near 50 degrees here on Friday. And then once we get to Saturday, we're going to have a very warm surge out ahead of this again. It doesn't go down. The temperatures don't go down much on Friday night, overnight. So we're remaining very mild overnight, but you can see late at night you got some showers coming in after midnight into Saturday morning. But there's going to be a surge of warmth out ahead of this. Here's your area of low pressure driving this. Warm front is way up to north. I mean, north of Maine. It's going to be rain into southeastern Canada. That's how far this is cutting, and it's a very strong system. But your cold front is situated back here like this. So very warm air that's going to come in here. Probably the warmest of the week is going to come in here, at least to start here on Saturday. Even with the rain, I think you're well into the 50s. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody hits 60 down here by Philadelphia. And that would be on Saturday ahead of this frontal boundary. But this frontal boundary will come through, and the showers will continue here on during the day on Saturday. Might start clearing out later in the day, and then once that front pushes through, there's a question mark behind this, big question mark. I know everybody's worried about what's going to happen for Christmas and Christmas Eve and Christmas. Well, Christmas Eve is within our 7-day forecast. We're having a tough time with this because the models are kind of split. You see the front is down here, okay? But there's no real cold push behind this like we think there should be. And it might be delayed just enough so that we stay mild here over Christmas Eve and Christmas, and then the cold is delayed until after. It's still going to come. That's not the question. It's just a matter of when. And that timing difference is going to make a difference of whether we're seeing temperatures that are near average or somewhere near average or maybe slightly below for Christmas Eve and Christmas, or are we dealing with very mild weather? European model today wants to pump up the southeast ridge and really get a surge of warmth in here as another system's trying to cut to our west. Well, GFS isn't quite as aggressive with that. We're going to wait and see what happens. Some of these models like to overdo that ridge, and misplaced features in the Pacific could make a big difference and have huge implications downstream of what's going to go on in our pattern here for that time frame. You're still talking about day 7, day 8 here, so a lot can change. We've seen cold, we've seen warm over this time frame. Don't jump to any conclusions just yet. This has been changing like every 6 hours when these models runs. It's been pretty crazy, having a hard time picking up on this pattern. So it could be cold over Christmas or it could be warm. We're going to have to wait and see how that works out throughout this week. We're still favoring the at least seasonable coming in behind this front for that time frame, but you never know. It could end up being warm, and if we have to adjust, we will. Right now, we think that cold front comes through on the 23rd. The cold air might be delayed by a day or so, but I don't know about hanging on for 2 or 3 days with that southeast ridge coming up here just yet. But we'll re-examine that throughout this week. I'm Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Marchich. That is your outlook for December 18th, 2017. Have a great Monday.